Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, money just keeps slipping through your fingers? Like you're doing all the right things, working hard, staying positive, following advice, but still feel stuck financially? What if I told you the problem isn't what you're doing, it's what you're feeling, and that by the end of this video, you could unlock a shift so powerful it starts changing your bank account in just 2 days? This isn't about luck or hustle. It's about something deeper, something within your control that no one ever taught you to use properly, your emotional state. Let's get into it. Let's get real for a second. You didn't land on this video by accident. Something deep inside you, call it intuition, call it alignment, led you here because you're tired. Tired of trying so hard and getting so little. Tired of waiting, hoping, scripting, meditating, and still checking your bank balance only to feel like it's never enough. But what if I told you that all this effort, all this hustle, it's not what makes the money come? What if there's something so simple, so overlooked, that once you understand it, it unlocks everything? And that's exactly what you're about to learn. In the next few minutes, you'll discover how just one shift in how you feel can open the door to real, tangible, unexpected money in your life. Not years from now, not when you hit a big goal, but in 2 days or less. And I'm not saying that as hype. I'm saying it because that's how reality works when you finally align internally. At the end of this video, I'll even show you a bonus activation, something most people miss, that can lock this in permanently. But first, you have to understand the block. And the block is this. Most people are chasing abundance while emotionally living in lack. They talk about wealth. They visualize success. They recite affirmations. But deep inside, they're stressed. They're watching every penny. They're panicking when the bills come in. They think the universe responds to words, but what the universe actually hears is feeling. And that's where the real disconnect is. You see, your dominant emotional state becomes the pattern your world reflects, not because it's magic, but because that's how your brain, your actions, and your frequency operate. If you wake up every day feeling like money is far away, then that's what your subconscious reinforces. But here's the game changer. When you flip the script and start feeling like it's already yours, like you're already covered, already supported, your subconscious goes, "Oh, this is who we are now." And that internal identity, once stabilized, begins to attract experiences that match. You're no longer begging for proof. You're embodying the proof. It's like this. You don't wait for your house to be warm before you turn on the heater. You turn on the heater, and then it gets warm. Same with money. You feel rich first. Then the reality matches it. And the cool thing is, you don't need years of reprogramming to do this. You just need consistency for a couple of days. That's why this method works so quickly. You're not trying to earn the energy of wealth. You're remembering it. You're reclaiming a version of you that's already lived in trust, in peace, in sufficiency. And once that version becomes dominant again, the results begin to pour in. Refunds, unexpected transfers, opportunities that feel out of the blue, but are actually right on time. So let's keep going. Because what's coming next is going to walk you through exactly how to anchor that feeling in your body, in your energy, and in your identity. Let's make the shift real. Think about it. Have you ever had a moment where you stopped worrying about money? Maybe on vacation, maybe during a random peaceful afternoon, and suddenly things started flowing? That's not coincidence. That's coherence. When your energy finally stops sending out panic signals, life has room to respond. But here's the hard part. Most people never stay there long enough. They get one good moment, then sabotage it with doubt. They meditate in the morning and worry by lunch. That back and forth energy creates static. It blocks the transmission. So your job now is not to be perfect. Your job is to return to the state of already having. Return to the energy of knowing it's done again and again, until the nervous system calms down, until the old story fades into the background noise. And when that happens, you become magnetic. Not because you're trying, but because you're being. You become the person money is drawn to, naturally, effortlessly, consistently, and you start seeing evidence, maybe not all at once, maybe not in fireworks, but in whispers, in patterns, in signs, and then in form. It starts as a feeling. It ends as your new normal dot. Tonight is not just another night. It's your gateway to something new. Before you go to sleep, there's one thing I want you to do. No stress, no pressure, no perfect routine. Just feel. That's right. Before your head hits the pillow, I want you to imagine that something incredible already happened. Not something you wish for, something that has already arrived. Picture your phone lighting up with a notification saying a large deposit just hit your account, or an email from someone you totally forgot about sending you what they owed. Or maybe it's not even a message. Maybe it's just this wave of peace running through your body because you know you're taken care of. Feel that. Not hope, not wait. Feel it like it's already here. This is where the magic starts. Not because you forced anything, but because you surrendered into belief. And right before sleep, that's the most powerful time to shift your entire reality. Neville called it the gateway to the subconscious. Your mind is soft, your body is relaxed, you're no longer analyzing, you're just being. And in that moment, if you can feel rich, deeply, emotionally in your chest, that signal sticks. It plants itself in the soil of your subconscious, and the world responds. But you can't rush this. You can't fake it. You just gently go there, like returning to a memory, like remembering who you've always been before fear got loud. Now, when you wake up tomorrow, things will try to pull you back. Doubts, emails, to-do lists, that habit of checking your account for proof. But day 2 is not about proof. It's about power. Your power. You're not the version of you who waits for confirmation anymore. You are the version who decides. So how does that version walk into a room? How do they order their coffee? Do they feel guilt or gratitude when they spend money? Do they panic over prices? Or do they breathe deeply, knowing they are supported? That version doesn't hustle for scraps. They don't chase signs. They embody certainty. And certainty changes the game. It's not about pretending you're rich while you're anxious inside. It's about becoming the calm center, the still point, the one who knows that what they need is already finding its way. Today, your job is simple. Act like it's already done. And that doesn't mean maxing out your credit card or ignoring reality. It means aligning with the energy of enoughness. Let every small decision today be filtered through this identity. You're already chosen. You're already provided for. Let that guide how you answer emails, how you look at your calendar, even how you sit at your desk. Every moment is a chance to reinforce this new normal. It's not about chanting mantras all day. It's not about being in a perfect mood. It's about returning to the feeling again and again. When you buy lunch, breathe in the energy of overflow. When you check your messages, expect good news. When you speak from stability, not scarcity. You're not just changing your vibe, you're changing your identity. You're no longer reacting, you're creating. That's the shift. And if you can hold it, even for today, your outside world will begin to catch up. Not because you forced it, but because you finally stopped blocking it. Your frequency is no longer desperation, it's peace. That is wealth. And peace is powerful. Think about it like tuning a radio. If you're on the wrong frequency, no matter how loud you turn the volume, you still get static. But the moment you tune into the right station, it's clear. It flows. That's what you're doing here. You're tuning your emotional frequency to wealth. Not just money, but the feeling of being taken care of. The sense that you're enough, that life isn't against you, it's supporting you. And here's something nobody talks about. When you start living from that energy, you make better decisions. You say no to what drains you. You stop chasing clients who ghost you. You attract people, ideas, and opportunities that actually align. You don't manifest from panic. You manifest from peace. And peace is your new home. So let's keep going, because this isn't just a temporary trick. This is a foundation, a reset, a new way of walking through life. So you've done it, you've felt it, you've walked like it's already yours. And now it's day 3. But here's the twist. Nothing's happened yet. No surprise deposit, no unexpected refund, just silence. And that silence can be deafening. This is where most people give up. This is the test Neville Goddard talked about, the test of appearances. It's the moment when everything in you wants to go back to the old story, the one where you need proof to feel safe. But let me tell you something powerful. Just because nothing appears to be happening doesn't mean something isn't shifting. The seed doesn't sprout the moment you plant it. It works underground first, building roots. And so are you. You've been building a new identity, and now that identity is being tested, not by the world, but by you. Your nervous system is asking, is this safe? Can I really live like this without proof? And your answer in this moment will define everything. So when the doubt creeps in, and it will, you don't argue with it. You don't fight it. You simply notice it and choose again. Choose the feeling. Choose the vision. Choose the belief that it's already done, even when your bank account says otherwise, even when your phone stays quiet, because the old you would have panicked, but the new you responds with peace. That peace is the evidence. That calmness is the wealth. You've stopped being someone who reacts to life. You're someone who leads it. And that shift, that's massive. That's when the universe takes you seriously. Because now you're no longer begging for signs. You're being the sign. And the longer you hold this frequency, the more undeniable you become. You start seeing synchronicities. You overhear conversations that inspire you. You feel lighter, even if nothing external has changed. That's the signal. That's the breakthrough in motion. But most people never make it past this point. They restart the process. They abandon the alignment, and every time they do, they reset the timeline. But you're not going to do that. You're going to breathe. You're going to smile. You're going to walk like you've already been chosen. And every time doubt whispers in your ear, you're going to say thank you for the reminder. I already have it. You're going to remember that day 3 is not a delay. It's confirmation. The silence is not absence. It's rearrangement. Something is being built on your behalf, and your job is not to rush it, it's to trust it. Every major shift has this quiet before the storm. Think of all the times in your life when something amazing showed up unexpectedly. It almost always came after a stretch of stillness. That stillness was never empty. It was preparation. The universe was putting the pieces in place. So even now, as you're watching this, maybe nothing has changed on the outside, but the inside, that's where the revolution is happening. And that's the only part that ever needed to shift. Stay with it. Don't count the hours or refresh the screen. Just live it. Trust it. Own it. You made it. You didn't just watch a video. You showed up for yourself. You stayed through the moments of doubt, through the silence, through the temptation to fall back into old patterns. And that means something. Even if the world hasn't shown you results yet, something big has already shifted inside you. You are not who you were 3 days ago. You've planted a new identity, and the roots are taking hold. It might not bloom today. It might not bloom tomorrow, but it's inevitable, because once the inner world changes, the outer world follows. Maybe slower than we'd like, maybe in ways we don't expect, but it always follows. So what now? Now you live like it's done. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to explain yourself. You simply become. Let each breath remind you that you're already enough. Let each choice you make today reflect the truth that you are already supported. You've done something most people never do. You've held the energy of trust long enough for it to take root. And the truth is, that's rarer than you think. Most people want change without changing. You leaned in, you let go, You chose alignment over anxiety, and that choice, that quiet, powerful choice, is going to echo. It's going to show up in small ways at first. A message, a refund, a reconnection, a strange opportunity that feels random but clicks into place. And when it does, don't be surprised. Smile, nod, say thank you, because you'll know you made it happen. You sent the signal first, and now it's coming back. You're not here to beg life to give you something. You're here to remember that you're the one creating it all. And the best part? You get to do this over and over again. You get to build trust in yourself. You get to keep showing up from peace instead of panic. This process is not just about manifesting money. It's about becoming the version of you who doesn't collapse when things get quiet, who doesn't doubt when the numbers take a second to reflect your energy. You're creating momentum, and if this message sparked something in you, let it continue. Go back to day one whenever you need, rewatch, re-anchor, and if you want to go even deeper, the next video will show you 3 signs that money is already on its way, even if you can't see it yet. It's subtle, it's energetic, but once you see those signs, you'll never unsee them. This isn't about one manifestation. This is about a new way of existing. It's the beginning of a relationship with your power, your worth, and your ability to receive without guilt. So take this energy into your week. Make decisions from this new identity. Let it ripple into your work, your conversations, your boundaries. You're no longer waiting to be chosen. You are the one choosing. And that shift, though invisible to others, becomes undeniable in the way life starts responding to you. You've just begun a beautiful cycle. Keep walking. More is coming.